What's good? Just warning you, I am live.
Yeah, you know what was funny? The first thing I was going to ask you when you got on this call is, are you depressed? And then I watched everything you just said for the past half hour. I'm like, oh, okay, cool.
Well, what's the conclusion? Did I prove or disprove your thesis?
I would say no.
You wanna, yeah, maybe we can like play a little bit and then hit training mode if I see that there's something that you're like totally missing or something. Because you're in master now, right?
Yeah.
Let's
I
do
have
that.
just hit fresh master. I haven't played a game of master rank. I had this idea that I would just learn every matchup and then play master and then stay 1500.
Yeah, you're gonna have to bite that bullet, man. You're gonna have to you're gonna have to drop to 1300 and work your way back up.
Yeah, it's so my
good.
initial like thoughts on this game, because I've played Melee for a long time. I played Tekken for the Slam, and I played that for a couple hundred hours. And then this one is like, these games feel like they're fun and they're tasty and they're candy, but you put me against a Manon that knows kind of what they're doing, and just hoping that my offense beats the Manon without kind of like thinking about her mechanics and what her strengths are and stuff like that, besides that she grabs and that she has a two-hit move, right? And I can see that and feel that hole in my boat pretty strong.
Yeah, I mean, that's going to take time to plug, basically, but it's not a bad strategy to just overwhelm them as well. Like, we can iron some things out in terms of specific matchups, but, it's short time skill, right? So sometimes just overwhelming them with your offense and your flowchart is a really great way to go, especially on a shorter time scale.
Yeah, it's funny because when I play another Cammy, I feel like I'm thinking the most out of any matchup, right? Because I know all the things Cammy likes, and that feels good. And then when it's other matchups, it's like variable levels of that thinking, and that doesn't feel good.
The thing about Cammy is I do feel like she can very easily, for most matchups, play a straightforward game plan. So let me see what you do. I've never played Cammy in this game, but I feel like it would be okay. I just want to see what you do and see if there's any like glaring, immediate, like mechanical issues that we can work on. Because every slam I've come to realize, like, there's some super obvious shit that goes under the radar to the last second, and then people figure it out on the last day.
I'm just one of 6 million Cammys. It feels bad, but I just can't quit her.
I mean, she's good. Okay, anti-airs. That doesn't combo, okay. Nice. So that you should end in drill.
Yeah, you know what? I fucked it up because it was supposed to be a drill instead of the tart combo. And that's funny.
Nice. Yeah, the drill is always good for Oki. Get in there and pressure. Nice. Nice.
Oh, yeah, I fucked it up. You would have been dead.
Oh, I don't know what I just did.
Oh. Tough one.
But you got your low 4 drive rush. That's 50% of the game, man.
Yeah, right.
Nice. How do you do back fist? Is it quarter circle back punch?
Yes.
Okay.
And the light one connects off of standing heavy into super.
Nice. When you do drive rush, you're aware you can just buffer it, right? Like you can just press it and it doesn't come out on whiff. Like if you just press crouching medium and neutral.
So I press crouching medium and then I hit my parry button.
Yes.
And then you let go So you're neutral, and then it goes, right?
Yeah. Is that what you're doing?
That is what I'm doing. It's funny though, in scrambles, I'll miss it. For some reason, my driver's cancel won't work.
Yeah, you might be holding a direction, right? I mean, that's just you gotta get used to that motion. But I guess what I'm getting at is you're fishing for that. Like you're pressing the dry brush cancel preemptively without confirming it's gonna hit. You're just doing it like every single time you press crouch. Yeah, okay. Good. Some players get kind of far; they don't even know you can do that. So I wanted to check.
Oh no, yeah. It's just because the game is fishing for your no loads refused cum dump event, and that's what you find.
Yes. What you just said.
There it is.
Do you jump at all?
Dude, I don't. So me and FDX were talking about this in the Discord. I learned early on that jumping was bad because it's telegraphed and punishable and everyone can anti-air, right? So I barely ever jump.
You're playing Cammy,
and I'm starting
brother.
to learn now that it's a sometimes food.
Like, you know, you're not supposed to put your hand in the cookie jar, but that cookie's really good. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes
I know, especially against projectile characters. I just kind of would, because spin knuckle can get you out of jams too if you read it. So I was like, I'll just be a spin knuckle guy.
Yeah, the thing about Cammy is because people can't just anti-air for free because you have the dive kick, it's actually like one of her biggest strengths. Like she has really strong ground game, which you got it for sure already, I can tell.
Right.
But the fact that she has dive kick means that like you don't know if you can DP or not. Like there, I just tried to DP you.
Oh no shit.
I don't know any combos.
Ah, that's supposed to be a dive kick.
You would have smoked me if you got it, yeah.
I realized dive kick is so important to her, and I pretty much never use it, so it's something I want to figure out.
So it's also like a counter poke measure, because people are like fishing for low forwards here. If you do jump immediate dive kick, it literally whiff punishes their foot. Like,
oh, that's nasty.
So, and then on top of that, you can sometimes sneak in regular jumps because they're scared of the dive kick. Good blocks. Nice. Sneaky. That right? Okay.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, I definitely want to feel like you can dive kick occasionally, because that doing dive kicks will earn you the right to do like a regular jump heavy kick, for example.
Right.
Because people are like, oh shit, I just can't reflexively anti-air. It'll stuff their anti-airs a lot. Yeah. Nice.
Why would I risk such a... There you go.
I honestly, I hit both kicks and punches because I don't know.
It's smashing.
I don't know which one it is. Yeah, so the dive kicks, yeah, you're gonna have to experiment with that to understand it. So let's like play with that a little bit here. So just I want you to block a little bit, just like down back. So like her dive kick, you definitely want to work on doing it as low as possible just to get a feel for that.
Hit their toes, right?
And they have different angles. So the light goes the sharpest angle down and the heavy further out. And yeah, you want to hit their toes. So basically on offense and defense against Cammy, you got to know when it's plus or not. It's only plus, the regular one, if it hits like their toes. Like that was negative. That was probably negative as well. So like if you're defending,
yeah, and if it's their head, then
jab.
you blow them up for it, right?
Yeah, like that. Like if I hit you like up here, like that's probably punishable with the jab. Or at least for sure you take your turn back as the defender. And usually you want to block standing on defense, like if you're against Cammy, to force it to be blocked higher up, because the higher up it's blocked, the more disadvantageous it is for the Cammy player. So
got it. Okay.
On defense, people are going to be standing when they block. So like try to block standing when I dive kick. It's like that. Like for sure that hit way too high up, right? So that was punishable, see? So I have a feeling for when they're punishable or not just by playing defense versus Cammy so much, but you should get a feel like try to dive kick me. Like you want to know when you can press jab or not.
Okay.
That was good. Like, try to challenge me with a jab if you think it's going to be, or just press jab after no matter what. Just get a feel for it.
Okay.
So that was punishable.
Oops. I can't. My timing here is so bad.
Uh-oh. Yeah.
Time over. Yeah, I think I'm gonna be playing against a bunch of Cammy. So what I was realizing is I try to like back medium punch anti-air you because DPing is hard, and then I would just get hit for it.
You're just gonna eat shit, yeah.
And
even
crazy.
that, you see how that just happened? You pressed it too early because now you're trying to counter my dive kick, and I go, oh, super late jump heavy kick. The jump heavy kick actually, it doesn't have a low hitbox, which is normally bad for jump ins because you want to hit early. But because you're so conditioned to deal with this bullshit, her just floating above your head and making your anti-air whiff is a strength with an early jump heavy kick. So that's part of what her mix, right? So I'm doing all this stuff. You don't know what's going on.
She's allowed to jump more than other people without a dive kick.
Oh, absolutely. Dive kick, anything that alters your air trajectory is a license to jump. See, like, I can even mix in cross-ups or whatever. Like, I can reset. And if you try to start pressing, like, crouching medium kick or whatever, I can just snipe your toes, potentially. I can do, like, weird... I can start just overloading what's going on in your brain, right?
Yeah, I played the whole game without doing this.
Yeah. You played really good.
This is cool.
On the ground, I was surprised. I was like, when's the jump coming?
Yeah, I was just told. No, I kind of just understood that like jumping is for bad players, or you know, I believed that world, and now here we are.
It's not true. It's something you got to earn a little bit.
Exactly. Yeah. Like you were doing. Like you were changing your timings, and then my anti-air wasn't working, and then you would not do it, and then hit me with a heavy kick, and
right. And over-reliance on jumping will just get shut down. But Cammy, like any character that can alter their jump trajectory, has a huge advantage in Street Fighter. Like massive. It's a world of difference. Kimberly's is not as good, but she has an elbow drop, right? She literally just stops and falls. People end up just whiffing their DPs entirely against her randomly and dying. So she did a jump, and instead of you getting the jump, and you just die. So it's very powerful.
Best way to like apply this is just play some ranked and work on it.
Yeah, I think we just practice it. Here, let's go to training mode. If you go down, if you back out of this spot, we can go. Okay, well, you backed out.
Oops, I left.
Honestly, I do the same thing. There's a way to back out of like the spot you're in, but I always end up leaving the lobby because I'm dumb.
You know what's funny is I bought this game when it came out a couple years ago. Played Ryu combo trials. Like I want to give Street Fighter a shot. And in this game, there's obviously you know, like buffering and canceling moves in a way that I've never experienced because I never played these games. I didn't understand it. I tried to do what it said on the screen, like in order, like dialing it in. Didn't work. Never picked it up again.
The classic.
That's what stopped me from playing.
So many players get caught up in that. You know, since doing the YouTube thing, I got so much more into the mind of like the average gaming consumer, right? I read all the comments, and the shit that mixes people up, it's like I was so oblivious to for so long, like that, right? Because to me, links and cancels are so second nature at this point that it just makes sense. But for many people, I see comments like, wow, Street Fighter has the hardest execution in the world. Tekken is so much easier. And I'm like, Tekken, you have to do a bunch of shit to make combos work at a higher level. And in this game, you press button into special. It's like,
you know what's funny?
It's
too,
simple,
like,
but unintuitive is what I think.
Yeah, and now it's intuitive because you spend time in the system and the engine. But like I played Melee still for a long time, and that's just no buffer, different system, different rules. Like I'm a guy who can play a hardcore game, but this one is like, you know what, this doesn't make sense, and then I'll just play something else.
Right,
It's kind of funny. It filtered out a hardcore guy, and also your average Joe.
That's what fighting games do.
The game.
I think almost every other like big fighting game is more like dial a combo than Street Fighter. Street Fighter is like the last of the link heavy games, and the links are easy because there is a buffer. There's a massive buffer in this game, right?
Right.
But people are just like violently mashing their inputs instead of just mashing with finesse, right? Like I mash my inputs, I mash all my combos, or a lot of them, but you know, around when I think it's supposed to work. So yeah, dive kicks. I do think you should add that to your arsenal for sure. So I would just keep messing with it here. Like, you can have the dummy walk back and forth in training mode, or you can in training mode, do you know how to turn on the dummy to like do reversal jab and do reversal options? Yeah, I would definitely practice just spacing dive kicks with different strengths to get a feel for it, and have them press jab, and then figure out when you can challenge to counter hit them when you're plus, and when you should block because you're minus, right? Like, understand when you're plus or minus. And then it's all about like walking to those ranges and just leveraging it. There's going to be instant dive kick. It's going to be like one of your main ones, like just jump and do it as fast as possible. So like working on that execution is going to be important. Then there's also going to be like jump, delay, dive kick. Those are the two basic forms of dive kick I think you should think about. So maybe before you got to go, if you got like 5 minutes left, let's go to your training mode. And like you share your screen on Discord, and we just set up the settings and save it. That way it's just like good to go. Because I feel like the huge thing about this game is using training mode properly to shave off so much time on your reps. If you use like save states and stuff, you end up being able to repeat things infinitely faster.
Yeah, for sure.
You save hours eventually. But yeah, so this is the main thing. Like, instant dive kick is super powerful just because it deals with footsie. So like, we're playing this footsie battle, and I'm trying to pressure you at this range. You can just jump an instant dive kick like really quick. Look, you got a combo right there.
Now it's a punish counter. Wow.
Punish counter, you always get a combo. If you see that pop up in your peripheral, you know no matter what, you're getting a combo. It doesn't even matter if it hits like on top of the head, right? But that's kind of a big utility. And also, like, even if I don't press a button and you do the instant dive kick, I'm probably going to miss the anti-air, right? Like, you're probably going to get pressure. Like, that was a pretty good one. Like, try to press jab after.
Oh, when you miss, you get punish counter. That's what used to happen to me, and so I stopped dive kicking. And I was like, oh, that's cool.
That was a really good one. You saw that hit the toes. Even those, I feel like you're plus. I think you might be mistiming your jab.
What a hard little mini game. That's fun.
And see that hit. When that hits, I think your combo... Can you stop blocking for a second? Like, let go? Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be, like, probably this. Stand jab, stand light kick. And does that go into... Yeah, stand jab, stand light kick into meeting pick drill. That's going to be, like, your easiest confirm from a dive kick like that. I don't know if you're using the stand light kick at all.
Dude, you know what's funny is I really don't unless I'm just doing my jab combo or like my hit confirm thing. But the mysteries of stand light kick have not really been revealed to me except for checking drive rush.
That's fine. I mean, what you mentioned before is good. Just extending your jab confirms, I think, is really good because it gives you like an extra hit. So if this like any of this randomly hits, I can just go into stand light kick before the special. If I don't suck, and then it should combo. Yeah, I kind of suck, but... So that's a general common confirm, right? Like that, what I just did.
And I can just lean on that if I see the punish counter pop up.
Yeah, a punish counter, you definitely get better combos, but this is going to be like your safe confirm from anything. So even if it doesn't punish counter, you can use jab to stand light kick to medium kick drill if it hits. That's the basic like safe combo. Punish counter, Cammy's do like back medium target combo and all that kind of crazy stuff. So I would just work on just trying to incorporate this occasionally in that footsie range. Seems like medium kick is pretty good. I'm using medium kick here. Seems like
the light one gets you in trouble at like range 3, I guess you want to call it.
Sure.
Because it's like you miss. And then there's a little bit of recovery, and then the punish counter shows up on their screen, and then you're dead. And I'm like, this move sucks. I don't want to use it anymore. Light
kick, you got to use like real, like you're already in their grill, like almost like resetting your pressure. So what I did here, this is a nice little light string, jab, crouch and light kick, stand light punch. If you get hit during the middle of this, I'm going to try to convert to a combo, right? I saw that you got hit, I did drill. Oh, you got hit, I did drill. Sure. You blocked, reset my pressure. Yeah, so like the light kick version is good for just like keeping up the momentum. Medium kick is good for the footsie battle because it has a bit more range, right? Like if we're doing the dance back and forth here, just mix in a medium kick, pretty good. Then heavy kick is going to be your far range one. You can use it for like the instant air like you mentioned, but it's harder to use. You have to use it from further out. So usually the heavy kick one is going to be like the delay I was talking about, like jump and then maybe like stall from a far jump like that. See?
Yeah, like that.
Yeah, so you can categorize it light kick for resetting pressure up close, medium kick for footsie range, and then heavy kick for the stalls, like the jump, delay, stall shenanigans.
On the other end of this, if I'm against Cammy, if I'm any character with a DP, or good anti-air normal, what's my counterplay to dealing with her doing this bullshit?
So yeah, it's pretty tough. It's very ambiguous because she can mix up what she's doing. One common universal strategy versus dive kicks is to like walk forward and block, because as you get closer, it's more negative. So if you're trying to like do like this sequence that I mentioned, right? If you block these three and then walk forward, look at that.
Way high up. Okay.
You punished me, literally. I mean, you got to time the block, but you got it already the first time, right? Oh, punish.
Yeah. Okay.
So
you get under there, make them hit you high, and then you punish them.
Yeah. So that's one option, especially for those quick reset ones. That's not as effective for like the footsie range dive kicks, because the angle, they're still probably gonna hit your toes. So those you can try to like be clutch with the DP and try to react.
Like lock in mode, only focus on DPing.
To be honest, that gets you hit a lot. It's unless you're like, even for me, I feel like I end up getting myself hit too much, and my DPs are pretty good. So it's kind of a trap, I would argue. Sometimes you can do it, but sometimes it's okay to let those go, and just accept that they got into that range where they got a good dive kick. You can also try parrying it, of course. Parrying in general in this game is the crutch anti-air. Like, I cannot react with my anti-air. I'm going to try to parry. So, like, if you get a perfect parry,
no matter what,
this,
it's a hitbox, right?
Yeah. Are you thinking about like what you can parry?
Well, basically, like, she can't not throw out the dive kick and then grab you. So it kind of is an answer to dive kick, like a fallback, no matter what. I guess it's the same as blocking.
Yeah.
Except you get the chance to reverse it.
Yeah, you can parry everything in this game except for grabs, right? So, like, that's just how you're going to compartmentalize parry. You can also parry regular jump-ins as well, right? So, it's not the worst thing. Now, obviously, that opens you up to this. They just empty jump and grab you.
Because there's a cooldown, obviously. So, if they don't dive kick, you're just taking a shitload. Okay, got it.
Yeah, you lose a bar and you get opened up.
This mini game. That's so funny.
Cammy is a minigame dealer. Like, it's kind of fucked up once you start actually dealing with her, because you've learned to anti-air. Say you've learned your fundamentals, you play the ground game, you force them to jump because they get desperate, you anti-air consistently, then suddenly Cammy shows up and just fucks your shit up. And then you're like, oh, everything I knew was a lie.
Wow. I've been playing her too honest.
Yeah, but it's kind of good. Whoever maybe taught you that way, or that you learned through osmosis, it's kind of maybe the most efficient way to learn the honest fundamentals and then kind of mix this in. But you definitely need to start incorporating the grime like real quick, and then learn how to incorporate it or dial it back, right? The best Cammies tend to mix in just occasionally, like it's part of their footsie tool, right? Now there's some Cammies that just go ham. They're not world class usually, but you can get pretty far by going like really offensive with this character and just like resetting and mixing people up, and they get very confused.
Okay. Yeah, it's like a tool I just haven't been using. That's cool. I will work on that.
And then what about like your regular jumps? Do you know what to do if you jump in? Like,
yeah, I do like a late one of those, or sometimes what's funny? I never use a non-heavy aerial. I don't understand why they're in the game.
That's fine. I don't know why her jump medium kick is in the game, to be honest. I'm looking at it now. So the other ones do have utility. Your cross-up is jump light kick, so that's very good.
Okay, why is that? Because the hitbox?
So why does it cross up, you're asking?
Why is this the cross-up button and not, say, jumping heavy kick?
Yeah, there's both like hard-coded things. Some things can't cross up, and then also they just make sometimes hitboxes wider so that it can cross up coincidentally. There's like the emergent gameplay of the hitbox design for cross-ups, but also sometimes they just hard-code shit. And also they hard-code shit to like not cross up. Sometimes we give things fucked up hitboxes, but they're like, oh, we don't want this to ever hit cross-up. But in general, like this idea of jump cross-up light kick is a very common Street Fighter thing. Most Not a lot of characters have it, is what I would say. All the Shotas pretty much. Like,
got it.
You don't get a juicy, fat, heavy hitbox to convert into a massive combo, right? On the Crossups, like the forward jumps are usually the ones that do big damage, big hit stun. They give you big openings. Crossups are usually for light pressure and light combos, but they side swap and they mix up the opponent. They don't know where to block.
Okay. That makes so much sense, because obviously this has happened to me in the game, and I think I've crosscut DP like 3 times in my life, and I was like, okay, this is a cool thing, but I didn't know it was a light sort of specific thing. It's not like the jump in that makes you old and destroys your whole life.
It's the jump in that catches you thinking about other options, because think about like all this going on.
Right.
Like, you don't know where I'm going to be attacking from. And then maybe you do try to, I'm going to anti-air. And then I just jumped over your anti-air and killed you. Because, like, if you jump at me from this angle with light kick.
No light kick.
Yeah, see, it just beats the anti-air.
Great. Dude, I just didn't use this tool. That's so funny. That's so good. I can see why this is addicting.
So, if you're in the corner, too, like, you're pressuring me here. And I'm like, oh, shit, I got to get out. Jump light kick. And then you fuck up your combo and die.
Ryu.
I'm sure you've had people jumping out of the corner doing that shit to you.
100%. This has happened to me a lot, and it's just something I just roll my eyes at. I'm like, I should have seen that coming or something, and then the game continues. But I guess I never sat down and thought about why don't I do that. I was just in this mind space of like, jumping is for shit players, and I cannot be a shit player.
No, there's really good jump-ins. If there's anything I will complain about this game, perfect parry anti-air drives me nuts, because to me it shits on the concept of an earned jump-in. But the idea with the jump-in is that you have successfully read their ground patterns so that you are able to earn the jump-in, because at high level you do assume that 99% of the time they will anti-air. If they weren't already committed to another option, they're going to anti-air, unless you overwhelm them to the point where they can't react to what you're doing because you got them thinking about too many options, or literally you put them at an angle where they cannot anti-air because you baited them out to press a button at a certain timing, and then you jumped over their head or something. You know what I mean? Like, there's high levels to it where you've earned a jump in. And the most common one, especially in the corner, is that cross up out of the corner with the jump light kick. If I'm here and like you try to jump forward, this is a free anti-air every time, right? So I can like cage you here and like say, what are you gonna do? 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 You're stuck here. I'm harassing you, right? You try to jump at me, you jump light kick, it's a free DP.
So I call this the cuck chair.
Yeah, you're in the cuck chair.
Jamie puts me in the cuck chair a lot.
What, Jamie?
He's got like weird sway. Jamie, because he's got like kind of ambiguous like target combos that I don't really know what they do. So he'll like hit you, sway back, and then you do this, and then that happens. And
that
then
doesn't sound like Jamie's role and all. Anyways, but
Jamie's put me in the cuck chair a lot.
I wouldn't expect. I just thought the roles might be. Anyways, yeah, you're stuck there.
Yeah, and so this makes sense. So I'm writing this down. Earned jump-ins are typically reads on their ground game. Typically, like sometimes you just jump to see what's going on, and in a safe way. But this makes a lot of sense.
Right.
It's a more intentional idea than just like I'm in the game and I'm gonna jump because it feels fun.
Well, yes, and the main thing about that though is, while I was saying you could be caged here so you can't jump, the time to use that jump cross up is when they try to approach.
Right.
Because as soon as I try to go for a throw, suddenly I can't anti-air you. It's an angle where I can't really like deal with your jump in. So the jump forward out of the corner is kind of like reading that they're going to be in this zone where your cross up is really effective. Your cross up's great at that angle, right?
Okay.
So if I'm here, if I'm out of that range, it's so easy to like control what you're doing and like react to anti-air. But if I approach here, suddenly like, yeah, you're out. And good players might even cross-cut you at that range. Like, here, try to jump out again. Like, that might happen, but you paid the tax and you're out of the corner.
Exactly. Okay.
Yeah.
And that's harder to do. I've done that 3 times in my life. I grinded them. I was like, this is a fun thing to try. And then I'm in the corner, or I have someone in the corner, they jump over me, I don't cross-cut DP, and I'm like, well, what a fun game.
Yeah, cross-cut DPs, like... I only recently learned how to do them really effectively, actually, myself, because I never really played DP characters. That's kind of a high level thing. Like learning the anti-air effectively with an uppercut takes a lot of training. That's kind of an OG lifelong skill to develop.
Sure.
But even then, like, even if you do get the crosscut, like you can maybe get pressure mid screen, but they got out, right? That's just kind of the typical tax, because getting mauled in the corner in this game is so bad, and then whiffing a throw and getting shimmied, you just die, right? They just kill you for that. So sometimes you just like do this, and even if you get anti-air in the process, you're like, oh, thank God I'm out of the corner. I'll pay that anti-air tax. It wasn't that much damage, right? Maybe I can tank it and live.
And when you're doing that, you throw the light kick, and you know, maybe you hit him on the way down.
Right. I mean, there's still mind games there. Like, you only want to press it if you think it's going to hit. Sometimes you just commit and maybe you block on the ground and try to tech the throw, because sometimes they'll try to like back throw you because your jump's going to whiff, like jump out.
Okay.
Like that, like you're jumping whiff there, so you maybe could have gotten thrown if the spacing was right. If you got a really good angle, it's like, oh yeah, definitely press that jump light kick. You might just hit them and suddenly start pressuring them. So I would work on doing like this kind of a string, like jump light kick into like jab crouch in light kick jab, or jab crouch in light kick stand jab. Like, those are pretty typical. Does that not work? Maybe do crouching only. Yeah, crouching jab, crouching light kick, crouching jab. Pretty typical light string, right? You might need to convert faster on the jump light kick. You can forego the crouching light kick as well, because the jabs have more range, like, or less pushback, I would rather say. So they're easier to make sure they don't go out of range. But in general, the idea is learn how to use your lights after the jump light kick.
Okay.
And practice converting it to a combo if it's hitting. Yeah, her lights are really good because they all link into each other. Like, even your crouching jab will link to your stand light kick.
Yeah, that's the one I typically do. That, like, I'll turn on the random block and then just see if they, you know, let go.
Okay, nice. Okay, you're using the tools. Some people don't know like how to use any of the training mode tools. It's amazing.
It's funny because I come from a game where the tools never developed until like years later, so you just kind of vibed it out, and then you get into a game with real tools, and you're like, holy shit. Like, there was this Chris F video, the other F, where he was like, here's an option select. You do a delayed medium punch off of Oki, and it covers like 3 things. And I'm like, what? And then I set it up on an Akuma bot, and I'm like, this is crazy.
Yep.
This is crazy how you can just do this. And, you know, sometimes I remember to do that, and it's pretty cool.
It really helps because you can just drill the muscle memory. And if you start using like the save state shortcuts and just repeating those sequences over and over, you can shave off so many hours on your reps and then level up so much faster. So I still even use drills like that, like to practice my anti-airs and stuff. Like I turn on the bot to do like 5 different options and react to all of them. Yeah, really good.
So yeah, what I'm saying is that if you send me drills to set up, I will do them. I like doing them.
That's so. I've sent many drills in the past. I don't know how many were done.
I can confirm. I'll sit there and watch a YouTube video and do them. It's weirdly therapeutic. And this is coming from a guy who never practiced when I played Melee. I would just go to turn. Let me show you a graphic really quick. Sent me. I used to tout this graphic, but for a time I was the top 10 most losing players in Melee. I had played so many tournament sets. I don't know how many it was. Wow. But it was like probably 1,000. All I did was just go to 3 locals a week and then play, and that was how I learned the game.
That's the backbone that all great fighting game communities are built off of, man. People that go to 3 locals a week and lose.
Yeah, I did that so much. So but now I'm like a guy who sits in his room and then does training mode and then, you know, goes online, because these are all tools that weren't available to me when I was playing the game I love. Right.
No, they're great. I'm glad you appreciate the ability to practice things fast.
Yeah, you guys don't know how good you have it until you play it, a Discord game or whatever, or Melee. Melee has tools now. But
even Street Fighter 4 was like that. Shit, there was nothing.
Yeah, I really don't want to lose any of my games. Like,
same,
because there's a lot of Cammys, man.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do a little bit more scouting for the matchups too, and we can work on the Cammy matchup. And then Scara, I don't know if you're ready for it, but if you can like DP on reaction to a dry rush cancel, I think you can beat everybody.
Okay. I can... Look, I might be 35, but my reactions are pretty good. I do the tester a lot. I've only lost a couple MS over the years.
That's not bad. What do you play on? You're playing on stick?
I'm on leverless, so
Okay.
everything's really easy.
You think so? When I went to leverless,
100%.
I still don't think that DPs are that easy on leverless.
You know what will happen is I'll forget to let go of down, and I'll just do a standing light kick, which looks ridiculous. But other than that, I think leverless is like the way. It's just much more simple. I have a fight stick. I've tried everything. This is just like, I swear it's easier.
You don't have to let go of down. What did you just do for your uppercut? You do not have to let go of down at all.
You do forward, tap down, let go, hold forward, kick. That's how I do it.
Forward, tap down, let go, forward, kick. The organic DP motion is forward, down, down, forward. So there's tons of shortcuts and different ways to do it, but what I'm saying is as long as you're hitting forward, you can still hold down forward.
Forward. Okay, yeah, that requires me to take my finger off of forward, which is more button presses.
Whatever,
I do see
whatever
what
works for you. Yeah, I'm just
sure.
Because I also use different SOCD shortcuts based on the context. Like, so it depends on how you're inputting it. But whatever works. Yeah. So, do you use the save states, like saving your state wherever you are on the screen right now, and then replaying that back? Let's set that up. If you're into the drills, you're gonna want to do this. So let's pause the game, and then let's go to your options, like the basic settings tab. I think that's what you want, and then shortcut settings is what you want. Now that function button is going to be the key. That top option to set, that's going to be a shift key essentially. So once you set function button to some kind of button on your controller, you can then combine that function with another button, and it'll do any of these like macros here, right? So you got to pick a button that you want to set function to, then you'll do function plus whatever to save state, and then function plus whatever to replay save state. So I use like the L1, for example, because I don't use that button, which is like the far right, top right pinky button on the punches. That's what I set it to. And then you press start to save it. And now you see there, it says save status is function plus Y. And then,
yes.
So I don't know if that's fine with you, whatever, but
function Y.
So you played it back. You got to do function plus Y to save, I think. So you're doing the playback. You got to do the other one. Okay, you saved it.
Okay, there's save.
Yeah, now you can play it back. And now, literally, like what I do is if I'm doing a long combo and practicing one part of it, I literally save state in the middle of the combo and I'll replay it back. You know what I mean? Like you can practice anything. You practice what are you gonna do after a throw knockdown, for example, or after drill. That's a really common knockdown for you, right? Like how do you practice your Oki after drill? I would do your drill combo and then save state while the drill is active. You can also pause if it's like, because I literally have execution with my hands now to like save states while I'm playing. But you can also pause in the middle of it and save state manually if it's kind of hard to do. But like, for example, what sets this out, let's reset the game on the far left side of the screen and you're on the left. So I want you to just do like a basic combo. No, with you in the corner. Yeah. So do a basic combo to drill and then either pause it to save state or just save state with a shortcut. So just to practice this knockdown. So during the drill part, like the drill should be active.
Please hold.
There.
I'm drilling.
Now save state. Now you can
that's what that does. Okay.
Yes. Now you can replay save status with your shortcut.
Shit, don't mess it up. Don't mess it up.
You will mess it up and you'll have to do it again. It's just part of it.
Function button
plus X.
Change it to button.
You saved it.
Okay.
That never goes away, so Well, I'm telling you, training mode execution, it kind of sucks, but once you learn training mode execution, everything else follows. There. Now you can replay this over and over. Perfect.
Yep.
Now, let's pause the menu and start setting some settings to your dummy. So, like reversal settings, let's go there. And obviously, we're going to put on a jab on Wake Up. So, like Wake Up reversal, it's going to be, yeah. For her, do crouching light punch. It might be the same frame, but. And also go to the dummy settings tab. Let's turn off always punish counter. Put that on normal, on counter, standard. And then that's good. And then go down to recovery and do random. Okay. Now replay save status and just see what happens. So you see there, she back rolled. Here she quick rised. And she's pressing jab. Cammy, from her drill, can always get in, walk up, and press buttons to beat Wake Up jab. Your job is to always walk up and then do like a jab meaty or something and convert it to a combo every single time, and you should never lose. And it's the same timing on both quick rise and back roll. Sorry, I called it the wrong thing. Regular get up and back roll. It's the same timing, just they change position a little bit. But for Cammy, from the drill, it's really good because no matter what, you can get in their face. And you should try go into jab and then like do a jab into a drill combo and loop it. So this should be an infinite loop basically once you get it down. Try dashing first. Dash one time after.
Oh.
And then get a feel for that. And then keep walking forward. Like you're gonna dash and walk forward right until you press your jab.
I'm late.
That was pretty good. You're not doing the dash. I definitely would recommend doing the dash. It covers more ground.
So is it
and
just double tap?
After your drill, just double tap, and then after you do the last tap to dash, just keep holding it to keep walking forward after.
How do you know I'm not dashing the animation? Is that her little... Okay, that's what it looks like. I don't really back dash or forward dash.
Oh yeah, dashing is very good. It's usually used for these kind of situations, like when you knock them down. It's pretty common.
Is it a bad sign? Like, there are all these tools and pieces of the game I just really never used or knew about, and I still am quote-unquote master rank.
Well...
Is that weird?
A bad sign for,
what
like,
does that say?
Society? Like, the world is
going
to
to
hell in a handbasket because you're... My thoughts are the rank system is artificial fluff to get you to log in until MR, and then MR beats your ass into submission.
Right.
Yeah, it's fake. But every once, I don't mind it, but every once in a while I do see some people who go, I got to master rank, yeah, I never boot up the game again. And that to me is like, that missed the point. But it is a good, overall, I think it traps more people than it lets escape, so I think it's good.
Sure. Okay. All right. This is great. Understanding this save state thing is awesome. I would just so if I wanted to do this Oki situation, I was doing this with Hooligan the other day because everyone's using Hooligan now for Oki because the target combo got nerfed. So I was like, all right, let's see what Hooligan beats, and I would just do the combo farm to table every time. But this is just faster, so I get it.
Yes, exactly. So like basically this is what you need to practice for sure. Like you should be able to dash after the drill, and then you should be able to jab, and then eventually you can add in other options to the reversal settings. So let me just show you that real quick before you go. One last thing on reversal settings. For like 2 or 3 of these empties, change them to do nothing and turn them on. Maybe just 2 is fine. And then on block, do the same thing. So go to block reversal, and then turn 1 to crouching light punch, and then the other 2 to do nothing. So now this time, you don't know when she's going to press the jab. It might not ever come. So the idea being you loop this, and you should do the string on block, and if at any point... Sorry, my dog. If at any point they get hit, then you convert to the drill. And this is going to level up your awareness like crazy to start converting. I would do dash crouching light punch.
Okay.
And then you need to be walking forward literally until you press crouching light punch. Like walk into their face the whole time and then press crouching light punch. To start with, I would turn off the do nothings, right? You need to work on getting your timing down so that you always beat wake up reversal. So on the wake up reversal tab, Yeah, just turn off the do nothings for now. We'll add those in once you get like comfortable with it. But you need to iron out, like, this should be automatic that you beat Wake Up jab every single time.
So because of my advantage, I should never lose to it. And if I am, I'm messing it up.
Yes. And you need to do, yeah, you need to work on your dash to walk, because you keep doing dash, sit there, jab. You need to do dash, literally hold forward the entire time, and then press crouching jab immediately.
So dash, hold.
Yes, exactly.
But I'm walking for a certain amount of time, right? Yeah, this is tough. I've never done this.
This will get really easy once you get it. It's another one of those, like, feeling the buffer system things. There you go. That's pretty good.
That time I didn't walk forward enough, so my jab was too early.
Yeah, you also need to like look at them waking up. Like look at the animation and get familiar with how they look standing up and when they're active. So this is like building your awareness of how it looks when they get off the ground, basically. You should be able to manually time your buttons so that it beats their wake up buttons. And once you get good at it, you don't even have to reset because you're comboing into drill. You can just do it again without resetting the training mode. So eventually it should just completely loop forever, screen to screen or corner to corner.
That one's tough. The back roll is tough. And then I can just isolate that and make them back roll and then work on that.
Sure. Like I said, it is the same timing though. It's just visually a little different, right?
Oh.
There's no difference in timing here. That's why I'm saying you keep not walking forward. You keep walking forward, stop a few frames, then crouch jab. You need to be literally walking forward and then hit down forward jab if that's faster for you.
Oh, interesting.
Like literally be walking into the grill, then last frame hit down.
Damn, she's so good.
So look at do it again and then look at your inputs. Like you need to also look at your inputs for feedback. So don't reset it, basically. Do it one more time. So you didn't even press jab. Do it with the jab.
Yeah, I was looking at the inputs.
Okay, so let's dissect this. So you see how you held forward for 14 frames, and then you held down for 1 frame, then down back for 10 frames, and then you press jab. So that's bad. There's an 11 frame gap there where you're just not doing nothing. So it should look like 20 frames of walking forward, then maybe 1 frame of down, and then jab.
Damn, I held down back for 5 frames. It basically should be almost gapless, right?
There should be 1 frame or 2 frames max between hitting down and your jab. Ideally 1 or frame perfect.
That's fucking crazy, Brian.
What is so it's not, right? So I'm trying to understand what's blowing your mind. Right? This is one of those things that's not hard. So I'm but
no,
I
guess it's interesting to see that this 5 frame gap is something I've never thought about. Never like I guess either felt either, because there's things in the game you can kind of feel. You're like, oh, this feels plus or minus or late or early. But this is a situation where I've never felt the Matrix code.
Yeah.
Coming
Once you get
head,
it and you watch this footage, you'll realize how you look like you're like a 95-year-old geriatric dude. Like, you know how stiff you look? Like you're like walking forward. I can hear your joints like, creaking right now because you're stalling.
So
yeah. I think this is you're not like fully fluid with your movement yet. Basically, your left and right hand don't seem to be in sync entirely here. You can try just walking forward, holding forward on the leverless, and then never let go forward, then press down and jab at the same time. Like just in training mode raw, just try to get a feel for that. Holding forward, then down and jab, same frame. And never let go forward at any point. Just keep doing that without ever letting go forward. You should just get a feel for how that feels. Like that's what you're pretty much trying to do. So you see how in these gaps there's like a 2 frame gap, which is pretty good. Not a 10 frame gap.
That one was 7. I thought it was fast on that one. It was 7. All right. I'm picking it up. I'm feeling it.
Yeah. Okay. This drill is uncovering a lot of little idiosyncrasies about the engine that you haven't realized yet. This
is so funny. Because this is a situation I'm like, thought I had a pretty decent handle on. It's like, oh, yeah, you do the drill. They get up, you chase them down. You usually just autopilot a throw, and that's that.
Right.
Which is, whatever. But
so if
a
you can
timing
iron
game
this
here.
out, and this drill alone, you already got to master, so I can't say it'll get you to master. But this is literally what gets you to master. Being able to knock
Right.
down, walk into someone's face, and time a meaty consistently will shut down 90% of players. Then the anti-airs will take care of the rest, right? So this is what you got to practice, right? Just get fluid with this and feel like moving into timing buttons on wake up, because you should never lose. If you're committing to a button on their wake up, you should never lose, basically, to their mash. You might lose to their parry or their reversal super or whatever, right? But you should never, ideally never lose to them pressing a button as well. You should beat them every time.
Damn. Okay. I will grind this.
Yep, this is the one.
Damn. All right. One question about the forward dash into walk.
Mhm.
I think my problem with Cammy's forward dash is it's not. I guess I don't use it, but there's a visual language that I'm not understanding because it looks like her walking, right?
Yeah. No, I agree. When
And-
this game came out, that dash fucked me up because you can't see it. So you just got to get a feeling, because you can buffer a dash just like you're buffering a normal or special move. So you're going to get the dash, and then when you finish doing the dash, you should not let go of forward again. You should just keep holding forward for the walk.
Okay. So
It's-
on the frame meter, that is buffered because there's no gap, right?
Yes. Yep, you got it.
And then there's 5 frames before my punch. All right. Cool. I'll look at this and I'll make sure that's airtight.
Nice. Yeah, man. If you like nail this down, you're gonna steamroll a lot of people. Then we gotta just get the matchup specific stuff after.
Brian F, I hope so.
Me too, man.
Because if Scara beats me with his Manon, you have no idea what I'm gonna do to my computer. I want to be able to play the rest of my damn matches.
I will study Scara. I don't think anyone on my team has lost to Scara yet in any of the slams. Generally, it hasn't been an issue, but I think we can do it.
All right. Okay. Cool, man. Thank you so much. I'll be available obviously in the future, and I'm looking forward to playing.
For sure. This was
later.
good. All right, man. Peace. Okay, that was Slime. GG's. Very interesting. It's always so interesting how that was... Slime was... He's a master rank. He's very solid on the ground, but there's still, like, something that you take for granted, right? Doing a knockdown into a dash, into walk, into a jab. That exposed so much, like, unfamiliarity with the engine and just feeling how to move in the Street Fighter space, whereas he was so much stronger at so many other things, where there was like this little fundamental gap where he can learn so much from just doing a drill of Cammy doing a drill knockdown into Oki. That's very interesting. That's why I find the slam so interesting, because what I've noticed is you have to pinpoint where is the fundamental misunderstanding, right? Like, what is the thing? So Slime, he gets the ground game, gets everything, but it's like moving in the game and like buffering and feeling the input system, which I would not have been able to tell at all from our first couple of games playing. I would not have been able to immediately tell. So that was very interesting.